The sounding of the 1 o'clock gun calls us to worship here in the heart of the parish of St Cuthbert. It's a huge privilege and pleasure to welcome you on this Memorial Day to the heart of our parish here in West Princes Street Gardens. I have the privilege of standing alongside this fine Highlander behind me, a Highlander who was unveiled in 1927 by the ambassador from the United States to the United Kingdom, Alison Houghton. The statue itself was designed by a Scots-Canadian, Mackenzie Tate, and he had in mind to commemorate all those Americans who had Scots connections, who basically gathered alongside their fellow Scots and fought and died during that time which we now remember as being the horrors of the First World War. But this statue speaks of hope. If you look at the eyes of the Highlander, they are on watch, watching out over this fine capital city here in Scotland, like a sentry on duty, gazing up to the Castle Rock, where today the army still has a small garrison. And so here we are gathered to remember, commemorate, but also celebrate those unique ties that bind Scotland and the United States of America together.
Who's for the trench are you, my laddie? Who'll follow French will you, my laddie? Who's fretting to begin? Who's gone out to win? And who wants to save his skin? Do you, my laddie?
Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me. Swift to its close ebbs and lastly today, earth's joys grow dim, its glories pass away, change and decay in all around I see. O thou who changest not, abide with me.
At this point in our short service, I always have another privilege, not just to gather us, but also to share a short reflection, just a few words. And in this year, as we come out of, hopefully, lockdown for good, I do so by remembering another unique relationship. We're here to commemorate Scotland and the United States, but the words come from another great partnership and historic relationship, that of the old alliance of Scotland and France. And I'm going to draw on the words of a more recent Frenchman, a French philosopher, the existentialist Albert Camus. But before I share his words with you, I want you to look at the frieze behind me. Behind the statue itself, there's an amazing frieze of young men in civilian clothing, demonstrating all the different jobs perhaps that they did before they were called to arms: carpenters, bankers, healthcare workers, and all the rest. And slowly we watch them on that frieze being transformed to wearing the uniform of Highland soldiers and marching off to war. And as they march, maybe these words of Camus resonate with all of us. He said, "Don't walk in front of me. I might not follow. Don't walk behind me. I might not lead. Just walk alongside me and be my friend. And I think as we come out of lockdown, a shared experience, those words really ring true for all of us. We're not looking for leaders, we're not looking for followers. We are just looking for good friends. And for those young men from the United States and Scotland who went off to foreign fields, many of them not to return, perhaps they sacrificed themselves not for the gods in whom they believed, not for the countries which they served, but they were able to sacrifice themselves for each other, for the friendship that gave them that extra special bond to go the extra mile. And ultimately in that great line, no greater love has someone than this, and that they should lay down their lives for their friends. So today, on this Memorial Day, we remember the friendship of the past, the friendship of the present, and the friendship of the future, which binds our two great countries, Scotland and the United States, together.
Who's for the khaki suit are you, my laddie? Who longs to charge and shoot? Do you, my laddie? Who's keen on getting fit? Who means to show us grit? And who rather wait a bit? Would you, my laddie?
I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. He who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep you going out and your coming in, from this time on and forevermore.
While we cannot come together as we usually do at the Call Memorial in Edinburgh's Princess Street Gardens to mark the bonds of friendship and alliance between the United States and Scotland in the Scottish-American Memorial Day ceremony, we nonetheless gather virtually today on Memorial Day to honor and remember the bravery of those who served our nations but did not come home. We will never forget their sacrifice. A poem, Decoration Day, by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Sleep, comrades, sleep and rest on this field of the grounded arms, where foes no more molest, nor sentries shot alarms. Ye have slept on the ground before, and started to your feet, at the cannon's sudden roar, or the drum's redoubling beat. But in this camp of death, no sound your slumber breaks. Here is no fevered breath, no wound that it bleeds and aches. All is repose and peace. Untrampled lies the sod. The shouts of battle cease. It is the truce of God. Rest, comrades, rest and sleep. The thoughts of men shall be as sentinels to keep your rest from danger free. Your silent tents of green we deck with fragrant flowers. Yours has the suffering been, the memory shall be ours.
Thank you for inviting me today. I am honored to be part of this effort to remember the sacrifice made by the brave men and women throughout the history of our nations. These courageous souls, along with those still serving, are a key piece of what makes our nation so great. It is in their honor that I present an Old Soldier's Prayer by Lewis Millet. I have fought when others feared to serve. I have gone where others failed to go. I've lost friends in war and strife who valued duty more than love of life. I've shared the comradeship of pain. I've searched the lands for men that we have lost. I have sons who serve this land of liberty, who would fight to see that other stricken lands are free. I have seen the weak forsake of humanity. I have heard the traitors praise our enemy. I have seen challenged men become even bolder. I've seen the duty, honor, sacrifice of the soldier. Now I understand the meaning of our lives, the lost comrades not so very long ago. So do you have answered duty's siren call? May God bless you, my son. May God bless you all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Who'll earn the Emperor's thanks? Will you, my laddie? Who'll swell the victor's ranks? Will you, my laddie? When that procession comes, banners and rolling drums, who'll stand and bite his thumbs? Will you, my laddie?
Earlier in the service I shared with you the words of the French philosopher Albert Camus. I now share with you, as a wee blessing, the words of a Celtic saint, St. Columba. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun smile gently on your faces and the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold us all in the palm of his hand. And may now the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you all the peace which you so richly deserve. Amen.